Today I messed up by kissing a girl in a psych ward. Alt account BTW. Also, sorry for any confusion I make typing this. I try to keep my story short, so I will leave out a bit of details. So, this happened a while ago actually. I, 17 male, remember the exact day I was admitted to the psych ward. It was the day after New Year's, great start to the year. I won't mention how I ended up in a mental hospital, but I will hint that it involves paraphernalia use. Also, just so you guys know, a psych ward isn't what it's like in the movies. It's actually rather chill, and I personally found it a good place to express myself and be a better person than I was beforehand. Anyway, after about 2 days of being there and surprisingly making a lot of mentally ill friends, I meet a girl 16, let's call her Ashley. Going into the psych ward, Ashley was the first person to catch my eye. She was extremely attractive and very friendly after getting to talk to her. We would talk every day constantly, and I ended up asking for her Instagram on the both of our last days at the psych ward. While waiting for our rides, I remember Ashley asking straight up, "Do you want a kiss?" At first I thought she was trolling, so I laughed and told her to stop playing. She told me she was serious, while adding a smirk to her face. I was still suspicious, so I told her to lean in first. She did, so I decided to as well, and to my surprise, we ended up kissing. The first kiss was short and more of a puck. Then we kissed again, and then it turned into a makeout session. Keep in mind, we are still in the psych ward, just in an area where there are no cameras or nurses watching. Then after a few minutes of kissing, I heard my name be yelled by one of the nurses saying my mom was here. So I awkwardly waved to her goodbye and excitedly skipped to my freedom while saying goodbye to my other mentally ill friends. So, I'm out the psych ward. I feel good, and everything is good, but I ended up forgetting Ashley's Instagram, so I didn't bother to try and look for her. So, a week passes, and I'm in school when suddenly I get called to the office. My mom is here to pick me up. I ask her why she came unannounced, and she told me a detective had called her and left her a voicemail telling me to come to the police department to talk about something that happened at the mental hospital I was issued at. I get scared obviously, because I have no clue as to why I needed to see a detective. We make it to the police station and I go in, was greeted to the detective. He makes me walk with him alone to a room where we both sat down. I felt like I was in a movie. He has a few files on the table along with a recorder thing. It was small. He says that I can leave at any time and not answer any questions at will, and then starts by asking simple questions like why I was at the hospital and what people did I see? Then the detective drops the bomb. "I brought you in today, because a lady is saying you harassed her." I genuinely gasped aloud and got really defensive. I must have looked really sus. I said, "Who said I did this to them? And I would never do that." The detective pulls out this photo and it's a photo of Ashley. He asks if I know her and I say yes. Then, I tell him everything from what I knew. I said that she gave me 100% permission to kiss her, and that I didn't force myself onto her nor make her do anything. She was the one that asked first and leaned in first. I thought to myself, how could she do this to me? The first week I get out of psych ward and now I'm instantly being accused? The detective stops the recording thing and says that's all for today. He told me if I did do anything without consent, they would find out, trying to intimidate me, and that I should confess now. I shouldn't have even said anything without a lawyer. That was also my mess up. The detective calls in my mom privately and then we both leave. My mom was angry too, basically on my side. So, what happened after that? Nothing. The case was dropped, I guess, because I never got a call back from that detective or from any cops. I also called the police department to ask about the case, and they said that it didn't exist. Honestly, frick Ashley. And frick me. I learned something that day: don't kiss anyone in a mental hospital. They are there for a reason. I was there for a reason. To get better. Not to get whatever that was. TLDR, I kissed a girl in a psych ward, which led to a case about me sexually harassing her even though it was consensual. I also spoke without a lawyer.